What's the difference between insert table name values in a single shot versus insert table name values individually? Okay, what's the difference? Let's see. I repeat, what's the question again? Your interviewer asks you a question. What's the difference between insert table name values, multiple values separated by comma versus insert table values individually? Come on. Are we getting the question, please, everyone? I'll wait.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Others, please.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
wait. I'll wait. Mic with everyone.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Let's continue. Yeah, I could see like Sucharita joined just now. Sister, do you hear?
Yeah.
Please shake your mic. Yeah,
Yeah, I can.
perfect. Let's continue. Vishwanath, do you hear me, dear? Please shake your mic. Vishwanath, Bhavani, please shake your mic, please.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Thank you. Fine, sister. Fine. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Let's continue. What's our requirement again? Our requirement. Well, we know into is optional, right? Yes, everyone, you're aware of it. Into is optional.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Into is optional, right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Even semicolon is also optional, isn't it? It's optional.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, question. What's the difference? Insert table name values, multiple values in a single insert statement versus individual inserts. Please check your mic. Please mute your mic. Please, everyone, please. Let's understand. Simple. You create a table. Let's take this way. I'll create one database, DB test, and next connect database name, create table, say for example, inventory table. Here in this table, of course, there is identity property with seed and increment. You're aware of regular SQL Server TSQL constraints. You're aware of the regular TSQL constraints. Next, here we go. Title tag, not null. Measure, check, measure greater than, for example, 1000, some value. Here, there are few values which are less than 1000, right? There are few values less than 1000. Here we go. Whereas few other values above 1000. So few values are as per the check constraint, and few values are against the check constraint. Come on, give a guess. How many rows will be inserted? Come on, give a guess, please. I'll wait for some time. Give a guess.
The first
Which are
one.
greater than 1000. Rows will be.
Zero for the top. Zero.
Zero. Okay.
Zero.
Okay. 5 rows. Okay. Others, please.
Zero. Zero.
Zero. Okay.
Zero
Others.
rows.
Exactly. Exactly. You're right. Yes. Here it is. Try to insert. There is a check constraint problem in one of the inserts. So complete insert transaction is rolled back. Here it is. Select from table name. It gives 0 rows. Please observe carefully. I repeat, you try to insert. It never works. Never works. 0 rows. One transaction, complete or nothing. Whereas same data, if you go with individual inserts, remember the success or failure of one statement has no impact on remaining statements. What does it mean? See here, earlier 0 rows, right? Now here, there will be an error here, right? 200, error. Again, another error. The success or failure of one statement has nothing to do with the remaining statements. Remember this. Observe carefully. So, we are able to see that one row affected. With this information, now here it is. Select from table name. Are we getting it, please, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Don't ask me for the
Yes,
missing
sir.
ID values, okay? That's different
Yes,
story.
sir.
Missing ID values is a different story for us. We are not talking about missing ID values. No, that's different story. We are only talking about difference between the inserts. I'll show it. Observe carefully once again. Here we go. Direct insert. If anything fails, everything fails. So case 1, if anything fails, then everything fails. What does it mean? If any of the insert statement fails, complete insert operation fails. Whereas here, case 2, if anything fails, what happens? Execution continues. Though there is a failure, still it continues. Have a look at it carefully. Case 2. How do we know? Select from table name. See here. Missing ID values is a different story altogether for us. We are understanding that, yes, though there is a failure, still the remaining continues as usual. Now, case 3, here it is. Earlier, what happens? Everything fails, complete failure, first one. Second one, either success or failure of first case, still second case executes, right? This one, inside a batch. Now, third case, more interesting, simplified. If anything fails, execution stops. Execution stops at that point. It has impact on the remaining statements. How? Set exact abort on. Okay, set exact abort on means exactly wherever there is an error, the batch will be aborted, cancelled automatically. Let me show you now. For example, see here, insert 1, insert 2, 3 fails, right? 3 fails. So execution stops. See here, nothing is there after that. Please observe carefully. So what happens? Error, right? So execution stops. Whereas here, execution continues. Regular operation, execution continues. Whereas case 3, there is an error. Execution stops. How do we know? From the result, select from table name. 1 and 2 gets executed. I repeat, case 1. If any error, If any error, entire insert operation is rolled back. Whereas case 2 and 3, if any error inside the batch, remaining statements are not affected. Due to this error, they continue regular activity. Case 3, if any error inside the batch, remaining statements are not executed. They are not executed. This is a concept. To recap once again, just in case, I'll mail you these notes anyway, as usual. I'll send you the information. Anyway. I'll do. Just make sure you go through it carefully. I'll name it as batch executions in TSQL. Well, where we are now, we are slowly understanding number 1, case 1. Any failure anywhere, everything rolled back, everything fails. Fails means here rolls back. Remember last week classes, transaction chapter. Remember that everyone, please. Let's go for mics
Yes,
now.
sir.
Anand, please
Yes,
shift your
sir.
mic. Anand, please shift
Sure.
your mic. Anand.
Yes.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
fine. Let's continue. Then we learn second case. If anything fails, execution continues. This one, execution continues. So here also execution continues. Third way, any problem, what happens? Execution stops. The remaining are never executed. That is exact about on. It is a session level setting. You simply make it off again. Default is off. Okay, you'll practice this item carefully. Any questions, please let me know. Next item, we need to understand the missing identity property problem. You remember a few minutes back, identity is missing, right?
Yes,
Remember?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Remember.
we need to learn why it
Yes,
is
sir.
missing and how to address it, how to ensure no missing identity. Yes, we'll do it slowly, step by step. For example, let me just put this way once again. Now see here, identity is missing, 3 is missing. Why? And how to resolve that problem. That is our next concept. These are the practical things we need to learn. I'll wait for some time. Any questions, please let me know. I'll stay back. We'll stop for now for some time.